Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Bean. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about whether you should summon for Excalibur Arthur when he does drop on global this coming update, like not even 20, like in less than 24 hours. He releases on the 8th of June, so yeah, he's close. And yeah, whether you should summon or not, depending on your situation, I'll be focusing a bit more towards free-to-plays because if you're a whale or light spender, you could easily get him because he's at 242 gems. But yeah, and also, if you need him for not only just Purgatory Bond, who is going to be dropping in 2 weeks, and also for any other humans, because he boosts humans. But yeah, we're going to be talking and going a bit in depth about this guy. So yeah, but before we get started, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We're currently on the road to 800 subscribers. We are at 722 subscribers at the time of recording this, which is insane. Thank you. And so we can try and hit 800 by the end of June. And also, if you enjoyed today's video, consider leaving me a like. I really appreciate it. It does help me out a ton. Alright, let's get to the main stuff while you guys are here. Should you summon for this guy? Excalibur Arthur. Alright, so before we even talk about that, let's talk about the banner, which is probably what many of you care about. 3% rate. He is 0.5%, so he's rated up. Pretty good rate up. Double the rate up. And I don't think they'll change any of the units, so you can have a chance to pull Mark II Valenti, which is good. Mark II Valenti. Blue Monos, whatever. Camilla's alright. Matrona actually is pretty good for people right now because Belgius did drop. So actually make sure to check out my Belgius guide. I'll probably try and link it up to the top right. So there's that. And also Zarathos is very good for Belmoth. Of course, check out my Belmoth guide if you haven't done so already. Blue Easton, she's very good for Knighthood bosses. Bellion's whatever. Elat is good for Knighthood boss as well. And Death Pierce is good for just doing extra crit damage, and Blue Helmrum's whatever, and the rest are just the usual SSRs. I mean, yeah, the SR. But yeah, the banner is okay. It's nothing to brag about. That's not like you can brag about, but it's alright. It's alright banner. But now, what does this guy do? Is what many of you asking. So don't worry, I will be back because I will be pulling up the stats. So give me 1 sec. Alright, we're back. I pulled it up. We have the Chosen King here, Chosen King, Excalibur Arthur. He is red, of course. And the reason why many people, especially free-to-play, pay attention to this because if you're going to summon for Purgatory Bond and get the guaranteed copy or try to get a copy of him, you would probably want Excalibur Arthur. And that's because of his passive. It's basically almost built for Bond, but not just Bond, just human teams in general. And his passive, King's Coronation. If all allies are humans, increases max HP of allies by 30%. And increases damage dealt to enemies by 20%. Applies when entering battle. This is huge. So not only is this going to insanely boost and increase the damage you do for your Bond, it's also going to just boost all human teams in general. So that's Halloween Roxy, the One, all that stuff. And the reason why this passive is so good is, although I won't be covering Purgatory Bond in depth until he releases, his passive, Bond's passive is when the hero's ultimate move fails due to skill use, skill move, or rank up, increases max HP by 8% for 3 turns, max 5 stacks, and cleanses stats decreasing debuffs. And the reason why he pairs up so well with Excalibur Arthur, these two, is why is what the main team that you see is for sure on JP right now in Korean is Purgatory Bond and Arthur. Those are the duo. And that is because Bond does more damage per the amount of max HP he has. You heard right. Not just like his total HP remaining, like Esquinor's Flood card. No, he does more damage per the more max HP he has. As you can see here, his rank 1 card inflicts detonate damage. That's just if they have more gauges, they take more damage. But the multiplier is damage equal to 1% of max HP on all enemies. At rank 3, he does a total damage equal to 21% of his total max HP on all the enemies, which is insane. And he buffs his HP related stats here by a percentage as well with his buff card. If you pair up a level 3 buff card, a level 3, what's it called, AoE card with him, full passive, then it's a wipe. It's a wipe. As well as this 30% increase of max HP, then he's an absolute tank. I mean, he has so much HP, and even if he gets like super low, that doesn't matter. The multiplier is based off his max HP, not the amount of HP that remains. So that's why he is so good for Excalibur Arthur and Bond the duo. So, all right, if you're, I'm gonna go in more in depth as the video goes on. But if you're free to play, what I would say your best bet to do is summon on the banner until you get one copy of him. Since it is a step up banner, you will, if you don't get lucky and pull him before then, you will have to go, I believe it's like 242 gems. So at maximum, only go the 242 if you're free to play. And then if you're like super free to play and you only want the one copy, which is what I would suggest if you are free to play to do, you only need one copy for him, Excalibur Arthur, that is. And so just pull until you get him. But if you have to go to 242, then get him at the guaranteed, stop, and then don't pull anymore and start saving for this man right here, Bond. You will need 900 gems by the time his banner leaves. So he drops, I believe, in 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks after Excalibur Arthur. And Excalibur Arthur is dropping this, the 8th. So Purgatory Bond should drop on the 21st or 22nd, depending on your time zone. June, that is. So look out for that. So yeah, what I would say is best case scenario, if you're free to play, is get one copy of him, but only go 242 gems and then stop if you get super unlucky. But if you pull them before then you can stop right there, because you only need one copy. Dupes are nice to have, but you only need one copy for the passive. He's just that good. Alright, but now we cover that out of the way. Let's see what he does. So I'm pretty sure many of you are curious. So his passive's a beast. His first card is it's an AoE charge card. Charge, I believe it ignores defense. Yep, it's the same as Lost by Meliodas. 130 multiplier, 195, and 325. This is a pretty decent hitting card. Alright, but he has a stance, which is very good. This means that he can be he's basically almost like a tanky unit, especially with this increase to 30% max HP. And you also, not just for him, but all your humans on the team deal 20% extra increase. So this card is going to be hitting harder. Bond, unfortunately, no. Bond will be hitting harder because he does, they increases the damage dealt to enemies. So although Bond's attacks aren't scaled off attack and just his max HP, he'll still deal more damage. Because Arthur's passive is worded, increases damage dealt to enemies. Just so any damage dealt is increased by 20. So Bond, he greatly needs Excalibur Arthur for this team for Bond to absolutely pop off. Alright, but his counter card, Dance of Ignorance, and his first card is called King Slash, by the way. And don't worry, I won't go in depth for Bond right now. I'll do it when he drops, close to drop. So, quick look at him real quick if you want to see what he does. But yeah, I'll go more in depth as he's closer to release. But Arthur assumes a stance which taunts enemies and decreases damage taken by 30%. This is a nice counter. When attacked for one turn, it's just a taunt card. It's not a counter card. Keep that in mind. And reduces the ultimate move gauge by 1 orb. So, yeah. So for level 1, assumes a stance which taunts enemies and decreases damage taken by 30% when attacked for 1 turn. And whoever attacks him has their ultimate move gauge reduced by 1 orb at rank 1. At rank 3, though, this is an absolute monster of a stance card. Assumes a stance which taunts enemies and decreases damage taken by 75% when attacked for 2 turns. And whoever attacks him within those 2 turns when he is taunted, in rank 3 of course, has their gauges reduced by 2 orbs, which is pretty nice. And his ultimate is a brand new ultimate. It's not the same as the old Arthur's. Inflicts detonate damage. Does 20% additional damage per orb in the target's ultimate move gauge. So the more gauges, ultimate move orbs that the enemy has, the more damage this does. Inflicts detonate damage equal to 560% of attack on one enemy. And it does 840% at 6 out of 6. But yeah, that honestly is the main bread and butter about Excalibur Arthur. Again, if you're free to play, I would suggest only summon until you get 1 copy of him. However, if you get super unlucky or mega shafted, only do the 242 gems to get him and then stop. Don't go anymore. That's all you need. And then start saving for this guy right here, who is for sure you want at least 1 copy of him. He's an absolute monster. Can't wait to summon for him on global. And yeah, his passive's too good. His taunt is very nice, his stance. Also, I would suggest probably run Zeldris if you can for the lifesteal, by the way. Just so you can you can heal back a bit more with Arthur and have him live a bit longer. Crit chances are basically irrelevant because as you can see here, he only has 30% crit chance. So if you give him basically 20% for Merlin, he'll only have 50% crit chance. He's not a crit chance unit, crit based unit, so there's that. Oh, his substats, by the way, if you're curious. Okay, combat class, attack is whatever, defense. HP is pretty good. Pierce rate's garbage. Resistance is okay. Regeneration doesn't really matter. Crit chance is bad. Crit damage is horrendous. 130%. He is not a crit-based unit. He's just mostly for his passive and to tank. Crit resistance is okay. Crit defense is kind of bad. Recovery rate is irrelevant. 20% lifesteal. So if you pair up this 12%, he'll have 32% lifesteal, which is very nice. Very nice. But yeah, honestly, I think that's it. I think we've covered everything. Again, we went over the banner at the very first part with the rates looking like. It's a 3% banner for him. He has a 0.5% rate up, so he has double the chance to be pulled, which is pretty nice. So yeah, it's very good. Very good for you to pull him. However, if you do get unlucky again, if you're free to play, I would suggest only summon until you get the 1 copy. But if you have to go all the way to 242 gems, then stop. Don't do it anymore. It's not worth it. Don't even try to get the rewards at the very top if you paid attention or saw. Or you can go back to the beginning of this video, like those rewards at the top. Don't even try to go for those. They're not worth it. Just only get your 1 copy and dip. And if you're a light spender or a whale, you're probably gonna. If you're a whale, you're probably gonna 6-6 him regardless and get at least 1 copy, which is all you need. If you're a light spender, I would say maybe you go the 242 gems and see what you can pull. See if you can get dupes. You could do 2 rotations if you want, just to get more dupes for him, or like any other units you might need dupes for. Although they're not guaranteed, like Martu Valenti and stuff like that. But yeah, honestly, I think that's it. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, if you have any more questions, I'll be more than happy to help you out in the comments below. Just drop a comment and I will help you out. If you need any other like information or explanation or my opinion on any other subject for Excalibur Arthur or anything on the game really. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, again, please consider subscribing and leaving a like on this video if you did enjoy or you found it helpful. It really does help me out and I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.